Well, hello again. It's Chris from Dad's Cookbook for Life, and today we're going to be making lasagna. So today we're going to be making two lasagnas. I volunteer for a group called Lasagna Love, and I prepare and deliver lasagnas to people in need or just anybody that needs a little extra love these days. So we're going to be making two lasagnas two different ways. So the first lasagna is going to be just your standard classic lasagna, and then the other lasagna, which I haven't done before, is a white lasagna with no tomatoes. So should be interesting. Follow along and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so the first step is to get the sauce going. It's 8 in the morning, so I like to start my sauce first thing in the morning. Get it simmering all day, and then later in the afternoon it's easier to put together lasagnas. It goes pretty quick. Today we're using link sausage, ground beef, and ground sausage. So that's a lot of meat, but I'm making two lasagnas. So you can just put in a couple link sausage and maybe a pound of ground beef if you're only doing one lasagna. It works perfectly. The first step in doing all this is to brown up all the meat, and then we'll make the sauce and then put the meat in and get it going. So stand by. Let's see. So I'll get the, I guess I'll turn this on. Get the link sausage going first. And I like to try to do it all in one pan. That way it's less mess, right? Okay. So I'll put the link sausage in. Get that going. Perfect. Okay. So I already mentioned the meats. We need 1 onion chopped, and then 1 thing of prepared tomato sauce, and whatever other tomato sauce you might have in the fridge that's half gone, right? It's a good opportunity to use those. And then a can of tomato paste, if you have that. Because what we're going for is like in between a marinara sauce and pizza sauce. So kind of slightly tangy, but still like not as thick as a pizza sauce. So that's kind of what we're after here for this sauce. Yeah, we'll just brown this up and get it going. Okay, so our sausages are almost done, and what I like to do is get them nice and brown like this, and then I'll put in about a cup of water, and then put the lid on, and let that just go for 5 minutes or so until the internal temp's about 165, and then pull them off, and then we'll go on to the next one. So we got the sausage done, and now we're doing the ground beef. So we can go ahead and put some spices in here. Just basic, you know, salt, pepper, and garlic. It's pretty standard, just to give it some flavor. Most of the flavor is going to come from the sauce and all that, but you know, I want to make sure that tastes good. Let's see here. That going. All right. No worries. All right. Smells good. This is 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Okay. Keep that going. Go, 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 go. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. We're getting our beef browned up nicely. So if you ever want to get your ground beef really kind of fine, if you like it fine, not chunky, you can use a potato masher and mash it up a little bit. And it works really good, actually. Get that in there. Careful not to scrape the bottom of the pan because it's non-stick if you have a non-stick pan. Okay, that's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Okay, let that go, we'll strain that, and then get the last sausage on, and then we'll be ready to make the sauce. Okay, we're ready to go. So, to make the sauce, I have onion chopped up, I have some garlic, I have Italian seasoning, some fennel seeds, I have the meats that we did there, and then I set aside a bit for the white sauce later today. And then of course the jarred tomato marinara, whatever you have. And then some tomato paste. So we'll get this going. So we'll start off with browning up our, wait a minute, it's not browning, it's cooking our onions. Get those in there. Cook onions until they're translucent. Okay. It doesn't matter. We know what we're doing. Add a bit more oil to that. Nice and neat. And let's see, we'll add a little bit of salt. Always put salt as you go. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so today I'm using these tomato paste balls, which I just took a big can of tomato paste like this. I got from like a Winco or Cash and Carry or whatever, and then put them all out on a cookie sheet, and then just froze them and throw them in a bag. And that way I can just throw them into my sauces or whatever you're making. It makes it really nice. It's pretty easy. So we'll be using those. Herman's interested in what's happening around here. Oh, he's staying the other way. But anyway, let's see, we'll get these in there. So that's the other thing. These things are awesome. They're in the frozen section, and they're just little cubes, and you can use them to throw into whatever, your sauces or whatever. They're just little cubes like that. And then, whenever you're cooking, rather than and they're frozen, of course, so they're ready to go whenever you need them. Get those in there. Yeah, that's looking translucent. You are translucent. Okay. So I think what I want to do is save some of this. That's what I need. Our next project. The white lasagna. So that one's just going to be cheese, like an Alfredo sauce, I'm thinking, meat, noodles, I don't know, everything but sauce. And make our own little cheese sauce, I guess, to put on there. We'll see. Sounds good. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, that's looking really good. Okay. Get some of that out of there. Bada bing. There we go. Correct tools are always good. Alright, so that looks pretty good. A little bit before we put it in the fridge. Alright, so let's get our sauce on. So we'll start with a whole jar of, I'm using Costco 4 cheese today, which is my family's favorite. It's a family favorite. Get all that sauce in there. Costco 4 cheese. Almost gone. Get that in there. Okay. Waste not, want not. Okay, we're looking good now. Costco 4 cheese. Almost gone. Get that in there. Okay, see what I'm dealing with around here? Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright, we'll get that going. So what I like to do is get my sauce going. Get kind of just the sauce part with the onions and garlic and all the sauce. And we'll put that tomato paste in here and we'll get it to the consistency and everything we want with the spices and taste it. Because you want to make sure you're tasting it. And then we'll put in all the meat. Because we know what the meat tastes like, right? So let's put in this. This is probably a lot of tomato paste, but it's kind of the last of what I had. So we can't put it in the other one, all right? Okay, got that. And then we're gonna do Italian seasoning. So that one we're gonna do, I don't usually use, I don't measure. Well, no, I'll measure today. Okay, we'll do about a tablespoon. How about that? Oi. Maybe 2 tablespoons. Aye. Okay. And then fennel seeds, always good. Kind of just is that nice little flavor bomb in there when you're eating something. Okay. Let's mix that up. Let that go into a nice boil, and then we'll put in our meats. And then we'll let this go for the day. And then we'll be back this afternoon to cook up the noodles, get the cheese, the ricotta cheese mixture going, and make up that white sauce. Similar to this one, but let's see. Oh yeah, it smells really good. Okay. I'm gonna put in a little bit more water in there. You want it kind of loose, but not too loose. Because when we cook the lasagna noodles, they're supposed to be cooked to al dente, whatever it is. But those will absorb some of the liquid too. So you want it kind of loose, but not watery, if that makes sense. So this looks pretty good. Okay, looking good now. What else do we need? Got that stuff. We need some lids for those guys. Put that in the whole refrigerator. That's the other thing you can get. I think it's called US Foods actually, but you can get these containers pretty cheap. And they're just like the plastic containers you get at like Safeway or whatever, but really cheap. You get like a whole sleeve of them and lids for like $10 that you'll use forever. So, or use for a long time. Anyway, get these going, put them in the fridge, let that stuff cool down. Some sort of food safety regulation of putting lids on things. But anywho, let's see. Get this come up to a boil a little bit. Some point. Smells really good. It's funny, every time I make this in the mornings, my kids come down, wake up and come down like, ooh, Dad's making a good breakfast. And it's really just lasagna. Not for them. Whoopsies. But anyway, I try to have a little toast or something for not for you. Sorry. All right, we're getting there now. All right, so let's go ahead and put in the old meat stuff. That's the sausage, ground beef, and a couple sausages. So we're gonna cut up those sausages later, but it's nice to let them just kind of simmer and soak and be happy in there. And yeah, this looks really good. Yeah, so we'll just kind of put this down on low, let it just go all day or until like around 2, because I got to deliver the lasagnas about, I try to do it between 5 and 6, hot, ready to eat. So they have a hot meal, right? So if I can start about 2, that's good. But usually I start at 3. It's a screecher. Anyway, there's that. All right, so that's that. We're gonna let this go for the day, and I'll be back later this afternoon and we'll pick it up from there. All right, turn this down a little bit. Okay, and we're back. Mic'd up, ready to go. It's about 3 o'clock. Sauce has been going all day. So the first thing I'm gonna do is shut my sauce off, get that cooling off. So you can't put hot sauce in with the lasagna and the cheese and all that stuff. It doesn't go well. Trust me. So we'll get this cooling off for a while, and then we will get the pasta sauce going. Okay. Put that there for our cheese sauce. Get our salted water. Yeah, I realized I didn't have my microphone turned on last time. So there's that. But you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. So, all right, perfect. So let's get this going. We're going to try to make this cheese sauce. So I think I'll just go with, I got my pasta water going on high with some salt. And, let's see here. Get our stuff out that we made earlier. Okay, get our onions in there. Okay, those warming up again. So we'll heat this sauce up or make it, and then we'll cool it down again while we're making the red one. A lot going to be going on here in the next bit. Don't need that anymore. Okay. So we can chop up our link sausages. This one. This is good. Okay, that's good. Let's see, is that good? Yeah. Let's get this warmed up again, and then we'll kind of the same thing. I think we got some Alfredo sauce, Classico. We'll add some, probably add some milk. I got a bunch of cheese. Got a thing of Romano cheese. And I don't know. Try it out. Taste it. See what's happening. All right, that's good. They're already cooked, so we'll just get that in there. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is get this warmed up. Add in the meat, kind of like a meat sauce, a meat white sauce. And then we'll turn this off, let this cool. And hopefully by then the noodles will be done for the first one. We can put that together and then we'll make the white one. Sound like a plan? Let's see. I think I want to add a little bit of, oh, and then we got to do the ricotta cheese too. Got that. Ooh, grab the Parmesan. Parmesan. Okay, about a cup or so. Half cup probably. Of that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. Put some more cheese in there. The good stuff. This is Romano cheese. It's like Parmesan, but a little bit sharper, I think. Look at that. Oh. Okay, we'll go with that for now. See what that looks like. Okay. Tastes like, I guess. Looks good. Keep stirring our red sauce to kind of keep that cooling off. Let's move that out of there, actually. Okay. I feel like I need more sauce, but let's taste it. Tastes good. Needs a little salt. A little salt in there is always good. It's probably good. Okay. That's going good. So, Let's get our noodles out. Noodles. Hold on, we got to get the pans. Get up there. Okay. So these are the pans I use for the lasagnas. And these pans fit 11 noodles. So 3 across the bottom. And then as you're stacking up, you can get 4 across. And I do 3 layers. Let's set these over here for now. All right, this looks good. I think I'm going to put another jar of sauce in there because I have it. Okay. Try that on for size. Okay. Looks cheesy. Oh, you know what this needs? Black pepper. Where's my pepper thing? There we go. Peppy pachow. Whatever that sauce is called. Okay, let's taste again. It's pretty good. Add some of this. I guess I could move back here. All right, we'll put a little bit of Parmesan in there. Grated Parmesan. Good old fashioned. All right. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Let that warm up. That's good. Okay. Ouch. All right, so get this out of the way for now. So we'll get our noodles set up. Okay, I guess we can put in the meats and whatnot in here while that's going. So we got our hamburger. All right. We got our ground sausage. Well, come on now. Oh yeah, look at that. That on a lasagna? Come on now. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and then we'll get our other sausage down in there. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Cool. All right, we'll let that heat up more. And then get our noodles going. Okay, I'm gonna let this cool off. I'll get the noodles made, or at least close, and then I'll be back. And we're back. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is drop my pasta. Got my water kind of not quite boiling. It's hot. You don't want to cook it too fast, just nice and easy for about 8 minutes. Like I said, al dente. All right, we got that going. So the next thing we're going to do is make the cheese, the ricotta cheese, the filling. So for two, I'm going to use this whole thing of ricotta. Ooh. Should have done that before. But for one, you just use half. Or they sell the half, what is this, a pint? Yeah, 16-ounce size of this. Get that in there. And let's see, we'll add a bit of cheese. Ricotta cheese is pretty plain tasting, actually. So we'll add a bit of salt and then some Italian seasoning, Parmesan cheese. All right. We'll get that mixed up. So we are going to add some eggs to this, but I like to add all the good stuff and taste it and make sure everything tastes good, and then in the end add the eggs, and then obviously you shouldn't taste it again because raw eggs could upset your tummy. Okay. Okay, so that's kind of thick, and we got to spread this out on the noodles. So I'm going to put a little bit of milk in there, at least what I do anyway. And the eggs will help that too, but I like to have it a little bit thinner than that because we got to put the mozzarella in here too. So ricotta cheese, about a tablespoon or two, about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, about a tablespoon of Parmesan, about a teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to go with a cup or so of mozzarella cheese. Bam. Okay. No more games. Take that off to the side. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's taste that. It's nice. A little bit more salt. Okay. Okay. So now we are going to add 2 eggs. So for the large container, you do 2 eggs. For the smaller container, you do 1 egg. And then I like to blend these up separately, so just in case there's any shells or anything, you can get rid of that. All right. Oh yeah, bud. All right. Got that going on. We'll get that in there. Okay, so this is ready to go. See, now with the eggs in there, you can't taste it. Or you shouldn't taste it. That looks really good. That's about how you like it. Because you got to be able to spread it on the noodles, right? You don't want it all pasty. Speaking of noodles, let's check those bad boys. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, fire up the oven to 400. What we're gonna do is get a sheet pan like this, and then we'll just lay the noodles out on that. And then we'll put our other noodles in. Right? Okay, our white sauce looks really good. Cooling off, cooling off. Got our cheese over here. Keep that going. Okay, so we got our pan. We got our pan. We got our cheese. So let's move this over. Let's see here. Something like that. These we don't need anymore. This thing doesn't go up any higher. Wait a minute. There we go. Look at that. I had it around the wrong way, Sonny. Okay. Wait a minute. Down, boy. I didn't have it wrong. Whatever. That's good. Get over here. Okay. So, let's see. We got our cheese sauce, our meat sauce, right? Our sausages that we're going to sprinkle in there as we go. And we got another minute on our pasta. Let's count out another 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Perfect. Put that there. Okay. So the first step is you want to have some sort of way of portioning these out. I guess we'll use this one. There, we can use this. So I got a half cup and a half cup. So, all right, stand by. So this we can just kind of, what I like to do is just kind of try not to burn myself. I just lay them out flat on here, and let's start letting them cool off. That one, I'm not sure what happened there. Okay. Let's get it out of there. Always make a couple extra noodles just in case, because you never know. You always want to pick the nicest noodles, right? This is good stuff. Whoa. Almost got her. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Spread those out a little bit. Get them cooling off nice. We'll put in the next 11. Set the timer for 8 minutes. Bam. Okay. And we got our pasta noodles. What I was trying to say was, for the cheese sauce, you want to put a cup on the first layer, a cup on the second layer. So there should be 4 cups in here. So I like to use a half cup measuring thing, and then I can kind of portion it out, because I've had problems in the past figuring that out. So I'll put that there. This is good. Down over there. So the first layer is always just meat sauce. Spread that around. This stuff's still kind of hot, but it's okay. Gotta get it delivered. Okay. And then we take our noodles. We set those down in there like that. Set. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to do our cheese. Cheese, yeah. So a half cup. Half cup. Okay. A spoon. Need a spoon. And then you just kind of spread it out a bit. All right, you want to have even layers as much as you can. Kind of like so. All right. There, that looks good. Okay. And then we do another layer. So we put on some meat sauce. Like that. And then I'm going to do the sausages. Remember, we have the sausage that's been in there all day long. So we don't want to forget about that. These can be just kind of random. They don't have to be in any sort of thing. Okay, and then we'll go with another layer. This one we get 4 noodles. So I do it like that. And do it like that. And then this overlaps a little bit. Like so. All right. Okay. And then we go with the cheese again. little extra. Bada bing. Spread that out. So it's a little bumpy in there. I mean, you know, you just kind of do the best that you can. It's going to taste awesome no matter what. But, you know, you just don't want like a whole glob of cheese, whatnot. Okay, keeping that separate for now. And then we got one more layer here of this right in there. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one. I usually make 2 red ones at a time, so I kind of even it out a bit, but since I'm making one, it's got a lot of the good stuff. Okay. Put that down in there like that. And then we do one more layer of noodles on top. Like that. All right, we kind of layer them in. And then we do meat sauce across the top. And then we put mozzarella on top. Okay. And then all the sauce gets absorbed by the noodles because they're kind of not all the way done. It's really good. Okay, cool. So that weighs about 10 pounds. All right, let's get that out of the way. Get our mozzarella cheese going. Okay, just like that. Just like that. Try not to get sauce around this outer edge because it burns, even like with your other pans, because we're going to cover this with foil. It burns and then it's just kind of not great looking. All right, let me get my lids. I have these handy dandy lids too that are nice. We'll put those over the top. That. And this takes like an hour. I put it in for an hour. I put it in for 40 minutes with the lid on and then take the lid off and let it cook for another 20. This would be perfect if I can do it at 4 o'clock. Ooh, this boy's heavy. Heavy boy. Oh. Okay, so now on to the white knight. Okay, let's get these out of the way. Put that over there. Here's our sauce. Ah, the oven's ready, but I don't want to put them, I want to put them in together. You know what, I do need this. Stand by. Okay, noodles are done, good. Turn that off. So one thing I was going to say is when you do your pasta like this and you're taking the pasta out like this, save this pasta water and let it cool off and put it on your outdoor plants. And it's really good for your outside plants. We have a blueberry bush outside that I've been putting pasta water on it all throughout the year. And it's like got more blueberries on it than I've ever seen. It's amazing. And why dump it down the drain when, you can use it for good stuff. Okay. Oop. 8, 9, 10, 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's that. All right, so we're gonna follow the same program here. Sauce got a little thick. It's okay. It's gonna be good. And I think we ended up with a lot of this sauce. Okay. I'll put this down on the bottom. Yeah, we're on camera. Okay. It smells really good. I've never had a white lasagna, but I have to tell you, this smells amazing. Okay. Put that down on there. And then we don't have the, I put the sausage in it, so I guess we're not going to do that. But we'll go ahead and put the cheese on. That. I got rid of my spoon. I just spread the cheese out. My sauce is still kind of hot, but you know what? It's all going in the oven. I think it's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Okay. And then sauce, right? Yeah. That going. Boy, this one's going to be a big boy too. 2 big boys. Right here, and just like you. Okay. And then we'll layer on the noodles. Like that. I think I'll use this one just because it's kind of... There we go. And then we'll put the last of the cheese on there. See how I mean it? If you kind of use something like this, a half cup thing, you can gauge how much to put on. So this is perfect. Stand by. Gotta get all that out of there. No waste. Okay, look at that, Herman. That looks good. Okay, like that. And then we'll put the sauce on again. Like that. And then A couple more noodles. Okay, and then we'll put the sauce across the top. Get these guys in the oven. Perfect. Well, I'm glad I put in that other jar of sauce. That was close. All the way up in the corners. Perfect. Look at that. Yowza. That's something. That's going to be really good. But we got to put cheese on top. All right. Maybe even on the camera. I don't know. Things got to get done around here. Okay. That's got to be enough. Right. Okay. Look at that. Nice. Okay. Get our handy dandy lid. Put that on. Okay. Get these in the oven. And we'll check back in a little bit. Turn that one off. Okay. We're back. It's been about an hour since we put them in. I took the lid off 20 minutes ago, so we're going to pull these bad boys out of the oven and see what we got. Oh, look at that. Woo! Look at that. Come on. That looks good. Oh, and here's the white one. Oh, nice. I have to say, those look pretty nice. So that's it. White, tomato, looks pretty good to me. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and try to make a lasagna if you can, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye now.